Hi, my name is Atif and welcome to 8th part of Real Estate App Development series. In this part, we will design and implement the Edit User Profile screen. So let's start by creating an activity to edit profile. Right click on Activities package, click New, click Activity, select Empty Views Activity and type the name of activity, that is Profile Edit Activity. Profile Edit Activity. After entering the name of activity, make sure to choose the language Kotlin and click Finish. To start this activity, we need to add click listener on Edit Profile option that is available in Profile Fragment. Open the Profile Fragment and in onCreateView function, we will add the click listener binding dot edit profile card view dot set on click listener. Open the fragment profile.xml file to see the option of edit profile. Now come again in profile fragment class and in click listener of edit profile card view, we will use start activity intent. This requires two parameters. First parameter is the context that we have defined in class level and the second parameter is the activity we want to start, that is profile edit activity. Okay, now open the activity profile edit.xml file and start designing the UI. Let's start by replacing the constraint layout with the relative layout, and inside this relative layout we will create a custom toolbar, and for that we will create relative layout with width match parent and height will be 210 dp. ID of this toolbar will be toolbar relative layout, and we also need to set a background image to this relative layout that is available in drupal folder with name toolbar bg02. To allow user to go back inside this relative layout, we will create a button, image button, width and height will be wrap content, and ID of this button will be toolbar back button. We also need to show an icon in this button using the property source, and the icon is available in dribble folder with name back white. After that, we will format the color of the icon of the button using the property tint, and we will apply a dynamic color to the icon using the property question mark attribute color on primary. So color of the icon will be changed according to the selected theme of device. After that, we have used the property background to make the background of this button transparent. To increase the button click area, we have set the padding 10 dp. Now we will create another text view to show our title in toolbar text view. Width will be wrap content and height will also wrap content. ID of this text view will be toolbar title text view. We will apply a style to this text view using the property style, and this style will be title medium, which is part of material 3 theme. After applying this style, we will set the text to this text view using the property text, and the text will be edit profile. We need to place this text view in center horizontal of this relative layout using the property layout center horizontal and with value true. After that, we will set the margin from top using the property layout margin top, and the margin will be 10 dp. Now we will set the text color using the property text color, and we will apply a dynamic color using the property question mark color on primary. So text color will be changed according to the selected theme of device. To show profile image and to pick profile image, we are going to create a relative layout. Width will be 100 dp and height will also be 100 dp. ID of this relative layout will be toolbar profile relative layout. We also need to place this relative layout below the toolbar title using the property layout below, and as a value we will pass the ID of toolbar title text view. To set the equal margin from top and bottom, we have used the property layout margin vertical with value 10 dp. We also need to place this relative layout in center horizontal of this relative layout using the property layout center horizontal with value true. Now we are going to create a shapeable image view in this relative layout. with width 85 dp and height 85 dp. ID of this image view will be profile image view. After that, we will show an icon in this image view using the property source, and the icon is available in drawable folder with name person black. Since the user profile image can be of any width and height, so we will use the property scale type with value center crop. Now we will use the background property to apply a background color to this image by using question mark attribute color on primary. So background color will be changed according to the selected theme of device. We also need to format the shape of the image to circle, and for that we will use the property shape appearance overlay, and we have created this style in styles.xml file with name image style circle. To allow the user to pick image from camera or gallery, we are going to create a floating action button. Floating action button. Width will be wrap content and height will be wrap content. ID of this floating action button will be profile image pick floating action button. We will apply a custom size to this floating action button using the property fab custom size, and the custom size will be 35 dp. We also need to place this floating action button to the end of this relative layout using the property layout align parent end with value of true, and the margin from end will be -5 dp. After that, we will use the source property to show an icon, and we will create the icon in drawable folder. Right click on drawable folder, click new, click vector asset, click the clip art icon, and search the icon with name add photo. Select the icon, click OK. Now we will set the name of icon, that is add photo white. After setting the name, we will change the color of the icon to white. Select the white color or type the color code. Click next and finish. Now we can use that icon in the floating action button by typing its name, and the name is add photo white. Okay, now we will change the color of the icon using the property tint with the combination of app instead of Android. App tint equal to, and in the value we will pass the color white, which is available in colors.xml file. Now we are going to create another text view to show the full name of logged in user in toolbar. Text view width will be wrap content, and height will also wrap content. ID of this text view will be full name text view. We will apply a style to this text view using the property style, and this style is title medium, that is part of material 3 theme. After that, we will set the text to this text view using the property text with the combination of tools instead of Android. So whatever we type in text, this text will only show in layout preview, and we will show the sample full name using the property add tools sample full name. Okay, now we will place this text view below the toolbar profile relative layout using the property layout below. We also need to place this text view in center horizontal of this relative layout using the property layout center horizontal with value true. Now we will change the text color using the property text color, and as a color we will pass question mark attribute color on primary. So color of the text will be changed according to the selected theme of device. Now we will create a relative layout that will contain edit user info input fields. Width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. We have placed this relative layout below the toolbar. We also need to set the padding using the property padding and pass the value of 10 dp. Inside this relative layout, we will create a text input layout to input the full name of user. Text input layout. Width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. After setting the width and height, we will set the ID of this text input layout using the property ID, and the ID will be name text input layout. After that, we will set the margin from top, that is 10 dp. After setting the margin, we will set the hint of this text input layout. Since user need to enter the full name, so hint will be name. We need to format the shape of this text input layout with rounded corners. So for that, we will use the properties box corner radius top start 8 dp, box corner radius top end 8 dp, box corner radius bottom start 8 dp, and in the last box corner radius bottom end 8 dp. Okay, now we need to show an icon in start of this text input layout using the property start icon drawable, and the icon is available in drawable folder with name person gray. Now inside this text input layout we will create an edit text with width match parent and height wrap content. ID of this edit text will be name edit text. Since user need to enter full name in this edit text, so input type will be text person name. And to make first letter of each word capital, we are going to use another property with name text cap words. The next input field that we need to create is to input the date of birth, and for that instead of writing the same code again we will copy the code of email text input layout, copy and paste it after here. After pasting the code we will change the ID, and the ID will be DOB text input layout. We also need to change the hint to DOB, and after that we will change the ID of edit text to DOB edit text, and margin from top will be 4 dp instead of 10 dp. We also need to place this text input layout below the name text input layout. After that we will change the start icon, which we need to create first. Right click on driver folder, click new, click vector asset, click the clip art icon, search for the icon with name calendar, choose the icon, click OK, rename the icon with name calendar gray, and after changing name we will also change the color of the icon. Make sure to apply gray color with code 959595. Click next and finish. Now we can show that icon in start of text input layout using its name, that is calendar gray, and in the input type we will just use text person name. The next input field that we need to create is to input the email of user, and for that instead of writing the same code again we will just copy the code of date of birth text input layout and paste it after here. After pasting the code we will change the ID of this text input layout. Since the user need to enter email in this input field, so ID will be email text input layout, and we need to place this text input layout below the DOB text input layout, and hint will be email. Now we will change the icon in start of this text input layout, and the icon is available in drawable folder with name email black. Change the ID of edit text to email edit text, and the input type will be text email address. After that we need to input the phone number, and our phone number is divided into two parts, so we will create the relative layout for that. Width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. ID of this relative layout will be phone input relative layout, and we need to place this relative layout below the email text input field. We also need to set margin from top, and the margin will be 4 dp. After that, insert this relative layout. To pick country code for phone number, we will create country code picker. Width will be wrap content and height will also wrap content. After that, we will set the ID of this country code picker, and the ID will be country code picker. Okay, and now we will set the margin from top using the property layout margin top, and the margin will be 9 dp. We also need to set margin from end using the property layout margin end, which is 10 dp. And to place the content of country code picker in center, we are going to use the property gravity with value of center. After that, we will set the minimum width, and minimum width will be 60 dp. We also need to set the minimum height, and minimum height will be 56 dp. To allow the country code picker to detect the country automatically, we are going to use the property auto detect country with value true. And to allow the country code picker to remember the last selection, we have used the property remember last selection with value true. After that, we will hide the country flag using the property show flag with value false. And we will also hide the country code name using the property show name code with value false. Now we will create a background shape for country code picker. Right click on drawable folder, click new, click drawable resource file, type the name of resource file, that is shape edit text. After typing the name, click OK. Change the root property from selector to shape since we are going to design a background shape for our edit text, and shape will be rectangle. First of all, we need to define the corner radius of our shape using the property corners, and the radius will be 8 dp. This will make each edge of our shape with rounded corners with 8 dp. After that, we will define the stroke of our shape with width 1 dp, and color will be color gray 01, which is available in colors.xml file. Now we can use that shape as a background of our country code picker, and to do that we will use the property background, and as a value we will type the name of our shape file. This will make our country code picker look like our other input fields. Now we need to input the phone number, and instead of writing the same code again, we will copy the code of email text input field. Paste the code after country code picker, and after pasting the code we will change the ID of test input layout, and the ID will be phone number text input layout. Remove the property layout below, and we need to place this text input layout to the end of country code picker, and we will use the property layout to end of, and as a value pass the ID of country code picker. We also need to change the hint, and the hint will be phone number. After that, we will change the icon from the start of this text input layout, and the icon is available in drawable folder with name phone black. And after that, we will change the ID of edit text to phone edit text. Since the user need to enter phone number in this input field, so input type will be phone. Now we will set the same shape as a background of country code picker, that is in activity login phone.xml file using the property background, and as a value we will pass the name of shape edit text. After that, come again in activity profile edit.xml file. Now we need to create a button that user will click to update the profile. Material button, width will be match parent, and height will be tab content. After setting the width and height, we will set the ID of this button, and ID will be update button. Okay, now we will set the minimum height to this button that we have defined in diamonds.xml file with name mbuttonHeight. After setting the minimum height, we need to set the text to this button, and the text will be update. We need to place this button in bottom of the screen using the property layout align parent bottom with value true, and we also need to show an icon in start of this button using the property icon, and the icon is available in drawable folder with name person gray. Our UI part is now completed. To make it more easy to understand for you, I have also placed the comments. Now we will start implementing our logic. For that, open the profile edit activity class. First of all, we will use view binding to bind the layout file activity profile edit.xml file with our activity class. We will declare it in class level by private let init variable, name it as binding, which is of type activity profile edit binding. After declaring it in class level, we will initialize it in onCreate function before set content view. binding equal to activity profile edit binding dot inflate. And inflate function requires a parameter of type layout inflator. And in set content view function, instead of r.layout, we will pass binding dot root. The next step is to define the tag in class level. So we can use that whenever we need to show logs in logcat. Private value tag equal to profile edit tag. After that, we will declare progress dialog in class level, which will be shown while updating the user profile. Private late init variable progress dialog, which is of type progress dialog. We will initialize it in onCreate function. Progress dialog equal to progress dialog, and this requires a parameter of type context, which is this in our case. Now we will set the title of progress dialog using progress dialog.set title, and the title will be please wait. To disable dismissing progress dialog, when user click outside of progress dialog, we will use the property progress dialog.set cancelled on touch outside with value false. After that, we will declare the FirebaseAuth in class level, private, date init variable, name it as FirebaseAuth, which is of type FirebaseAuth, and we will initialize it in onCreate function. FirebaseAuth equal to FirebaseAuth.get instance. Now we will add the click listener on back button, which is available in toolbar. The ID of that button is toolbar back button. Binding dot toolbar back button dot send on click listener. Inside this click listener, we will call the function finish. So when user click this button, this activity will be finished and user will be moved to previous activity. Our next step is to get the user info from Firebase database. For that, we are going to create a separate function, private function load my info. Make sure to call this function anywhere in onCreate function, but after initialization of FirebaseAuth. Now come again in load my info function, and in start we will display a simple log.d. First parameter is the tag that we have defined in class level. Now we will create an instance of database reference value reference equal to firebase database dot get instance dot get reference, and in reference we will pass the path users. Since we need to get the information of currently logged in user, so we will pass the UID of the user using FirebaseAuth.uid. This way it will retrieve the information of currently logged in user. Now we will add the callback dot add value event listener object value event listener. To implement the required methods, hover to the object, it will show an option to implement the members. Select both functions and click OK. We will retrieve and manage the user information in onDataChange function. All data is available in the snapshot parameter of onDataChange function. So let's start getting the data by starting from date of birth, value, date of birth equal to empty string, dollar symbol, snapshot, dot child, and pass the key name, that is DOB. After that, we will call the property dot value. Make sure to type the key name exactly same as in Firebase real-time database. After that, we have duplicated the code snippet and changed the key name and variable name to email. Similarly, we will get the name of user. Duplicate the code snippet again to get the phone code of user from Firebase real-time database. Change the key name and variable name to phone code. After that, duplicate the code snippet again, and this time we will get the phone number of user. Make sure to change the key name to phone number and also variable name to phone number. Now we need to retrieve the profile image URL of user. Duplicate the code snippet again and change the key name to profile image URL. Also make sure to change the variable name to profile image URL. Duplicate the code snippet again and change the key name to user type. We will just initialize it here and declare the variable in class level, private variable, and name it as m user type. And in start we will initialize it with empty string. Now let's initialize it in on data change function, m user type equal to. Now we are going to create a condition based on m user type. If m user type double equal to m user type equal to my utils dot user type email, add the or condition, then m user type double equal to my utils dot google. This condition will be called if user has created the account using either by using email and password or Google. In that case, we will not allow user to update the email, but we will allow user to update the phone number. Binding dot email text input field dot enable equal to false. We also need to disable the email edit text. Binding dot email edit text dot is enabled equal to false. Now we will create an else statement which will be called if the user has created the account using phone number. So in that case we will not allow user to update the phone number. Binding dot phone number text input field dot is enabled equal to false, and binding dot phone number edit text dot is enabled equal to false. We also need to disable the country code picker. Binding dot country code picker dot is enabled equal to false. Now we will start setting the data to our UI view after the if else statement. Binding dot full name TV dot text equal to name which is available in variable name. This full name text view is available in toolbar. We also need to set the username to name edit text. Binding dot name edit text dot set text name. After that we will set the email of user. Binding dot email edit text dot set text and pass the variable email. Okay, now we will set the date of birth of user. Binding dot dob edit text dot set text dob. Now we will set the phone number of user. Binding dot phone number edit text dot set text, and phone number is available in phone number variable. We also need to set the phone code to country code picker, which may cause the exception if the value is null. That's why we are enclosing it in try catch. In exception block, we will print the exception in logcat using log.e. First parameter is the tag, and we will pass the exception as third parameter. Now we will create a value with name phone code integer. To hold the phone code in integer format, value phone code int equal to phone code dot replace, pass the plus symbol as a string as first parameter, and second parameter will be empty string, so it will replace the plus symbol with empty string. We also need to convert this string to integer using dot to int. Now we can set that phone code to our country code picker. Binding dot country code picker dot set country for phone code, and pass the phone code int as parameter. After that we will set the profile image of user. In some cases the profile image URL can be null or empty, so we will enclose it with try catch. In catch block we will print the exception in logcat using log.e. First parameter will be tag and the third parameter will be exception. Now come again in try block, glide dot width. This requires a parameter of type context. that is this add profile edit activity. Now call the property dot load, which requires the path of image we want to set in our profile image view. After that, we will call the property placeholder. In this, we will pass the icon that is available in variable folder with name person black, which will be shown while the image is being loaded. And in the last, we need to call the property dot into that requires the image view to show the image, that is binding dot profile image view. Okay, our code is now completed. I have also placed the comments to make it more easy to understand for you. Let's run the project. While the project is running, we will copy the tag, copy, open the logcat and paste the tag here. So it will filter and show only those logs which are printed using this tag. When the project runs, open the profile section, click edit profile. Since I have logged in using phone number, that's why the phone number input field is disabled. Open Firebase real-time database in Firebase console and change the data manually to check if it shows in our app or not. Okay, I think it's working fine. Now I will log in using the Google. Since I am logged in using Google, that's why the email input field is disabled and phone input field is enabled. Now we will change the phone number in Firebase real-time database manually to check if it shows in our app or not. After that, we will change the name of user. Let's say it Atif Pervaiz. It should be shown in the toolbar as well as in name edit text. We will continue from here in next part, in which we will implement the update profile using the app.